On Verdant Prime, Ambassador Lily Sanders monitored the battle from the communications center. She had spent years trying to negotiate peace with alien civilizations, but they had often ignored her pleas. Now she watched humans leading the fight. Humans were no longer waiting for others to act. They were taking charge, showing strength and unity. The galaxy was witnessing humanity's determination, and it was clear that the promise made long ago was now being fulfilled. On the Valor, Commander Alex Harper gathered his officers around the tactical table. Lieutenant Maya Brooks projected the latest data from the sensors. The alien fleet was regrouping, trying to form a stronger defense. They think they can trap us, Alex said, but they have underestimated humans again. Tactical Officer Noah Jenkins pointed to several gaps in the alien formation. If we strike here and here, we can force their ships to scatter, he suggested. Alex nodded. Humans had always excelled in thinking creatively, adapting to situations faster than anyone expected. The crew understood that victory depended on intelligence, teamwork, and courage. Commander Ryan Cooper led a squadron of fighters, weaving skillfully through enemy fire. Alongside him, Ava Mitchell piloted her ship with precision, striking critical alien targets. Their movements were coordinated, like a well-rehearsed dance, yet improvised in ways that the aliens could not predict. Every small victory sent a message across the galaxy. Humans fight with heart and intelligence. Meanwhile, engineers on every human ship worked tirelessly to maintain weapons and shields. Sparks flew as they repaired damaged systems, recalibrated targeting arrays, and ensured that every energy pulse would be effective. No detail was too small, because in human philosophy every action mattered. Humanity believed in doing everything possible to protect their people and their promise. On the alien flagship, Admiral Xylar paced nervously. The humans fought differently from any other species. They were disciplined, clever, and fearless. Their strength is unnatural, he muttered. They are not simply warriors. They are a force that adapts, thinks, and refuses to give up. Back on Verdant Prime, Lily Sanders observed the humans' maneuvers. Citizens of the colony were glued to the screens, seeing their protectors in action. The humans were not only defending themselves but inspiring hope in countless worlds. Her heart swelled with pride as she whispered, "This is more than battle. This is a statement to the galaxy." On the Valor, Alex Harper continued to coordinate with the fleet. Communications Officer Sam Evans relayed messages between ships, ensuring that no one acted without guidance. Captain Ethan Riley oversaw multiple squadrons, confirming that every attack and defense was in sync. It was the combined effort of every crew member that made the humans formidable. Alex reviewed the battle projections. "We need to disrupt their command structure," he said. "If we take out their leadership, the rest of their fleet will lose coordination. That is how we demonstrate the full extent of human strength." Ryan and Ava prepared for a special mission. Their squadron would target the alien command hub. It was a risky maneuver, but humans thrived on risk when it was calculated and purposeful. As their ships launched from the fleet, they communicated with the main fleet in rapid, precise messages. Every movement, every decision mattered. The alien fleet responded with volleys of energy blasts, trying to repel the small strike team. But the humans anticipated the attacks, maneuvering quickly to avoid damage and counterattack. Explosions lit up space, illuminating ships and stars alike. The strike team hit their target with precise energy bursts, causing the alien flagship to shudder and sparks to fly across its surface. For the first time, the aliens realized that humans could strike with both skill and courage. Commander Alex Harper observed the impact and gave the order to retreat. "Return to formation," he said calmly. "We have shown them our capability, but we will maintain control of the battle." On Verdant Prime, Lily Sanders smiled as she saw the alien ships falter. The humans were not only defending themselves, they were demonstrating strategy, intelligence, and resolve. "The galaxy will remember this day," she said quietly. "Humans have kept their promise." Meanwhile, the alien commanders tried to adapt. They sent out smaller fleets to attack human supply lines, hoping to weaken morale and resources. But human engineers, pilots, and strategists were ready. Supply ships were protected by fast, agile escorts. Pilots like Ryan and Ava intercepted threats before they could reach the vulnerable ships. Each victory reinforced human confidence. Alex Harper held a council with his officers. "We have made them respect us," he said. "But respect is not enough. They must understand the consequences of threatening humanity. We will continue to strike strategically, protecting our people and teaching the galaxy a lesson. The battle extended across multiple star systems. Human forces advanced carefully, disabling alien weapons and systems while avoiding unnecessary destruction of civilian colonies. Humans believed in protecting life whenever possible. This approach demonstrated both strength and wisdom. The aliens were forced to recognize that humans were not mindless fighters. They were clever, disciplined, and committed to their purpose. On the Valor, engineers and tactical officers worked side by side. Every crew member contributed to the ongoing battle, from recalibrating shields to directing fighter movements. Human teamwork and adaptability made them unpredictable and effective. Even the smallest crew action could shift the balance of the conflict. Alien Admiral Xylar, frustrated by human efficiency, called for a council. "We have faced many species," he said, "but humans are unlike any of them. They adapt, plan, and fight with courage that defies logic. We cannot predict their next move." Across the galaxy, the story of human strength began to spread. Colonies watched as humans defended their worlds, fought with skill, and inspired hope. This was the promise that humans had made, to protect, to defend, and to rise above fear and expectation. Commander Alex Harper felt a quiet pride as he observed the progress. Humans had faced countless challenges before, but this was different. They were fighting not just for survival, but to prove a point. They were fulfilling a promise made long ago, that humanity would never be weak or ignored in the galaxy. As the battle continued, small victories built momentum. Human pilots executed daring maneuvers, engineers repaired critical systems under fire, and strategists anticipated every alien move. Every success reinforced the humans' reputation as a powerful and intelligent civilization. In the communication center on Verdant Prime, Lily Sanders received messages from other colonies. Many expressed hope, admiration, and confidence in humanity. The humans were becoming symbols of strength and reliability. Every action on the battlefield strengthened the trust that other civilizations placed in humans. Back on the Valor, Alex prepared for the next phase of the operation. "We have shown them our skill," he said to his officers. "Now we must continue to demonstrate our resolve. The galaxy needs to understand that when humans make a promise, they fulfill it no matter the cost." As night fell across the stars, human fleets moved with purpose, striking at strategic points and protecting vulnerable systems. Every pilot, engineer, and officer knew their role. Every action was part of a larger plan to fulfill the promise humanity had made long ago. Alien leaders began to reconsider their approach. They had underestimated humans for centuries, assuming weakness where there was strength and fear where there was determination. Now they faced the reality of human courage, intelligence, and unity. Humans fought not only to survive but to teach the galaxy the power of a promise kept. Alex Harper watched the battle continue from the bridge. He felt confidence in his crew, respect for their skills, and determination for what was still ahead. Humanity had taken the first steps to fulfill its promise. The galaxy was beginning to understand. Humans were no longer a species to ignore. They were strong, clever, and united, and they would continue to fulfill their promise no matter the challenge. Commander Alex Harper stood quietly on the bridge of the human flagship Valor, his eyes fixed on the endless stars ahead. For many years, humans had been underestimated by other civilizations. Many aliens thought humans were weak, unpredictable, and small in the grand universe. But now Alex and his crew were about to show the galaxy that humans were strong, determined, and not to be ignored. This mission was more than a battle. It was the fulfillment of a promise that humanity had made to itself and to its colonies. Humans would defend their worlds at any cost. Lieutenant Maya Brooks adjusted the sensors, watching the readings carefully. The space around them was strange and uncharted, filled with energy waves and signals that no human had seen before. "Commander, the readings are unusual," she said. "There are large ships moving in patterns we have never observed." Alex nodded. He did not feel fear. Fear had never helped humans before. Instead, he felt determination. "Prepare the fleet for engagement," he said. "We will show them what it means to underestimate humanity." Captain Ethan Riley, standing near the tactical table, nodded and began coordinating with other ships. Humans had grown from scattered colonies into a powerful fleet. They had trained for this moment, built new weapons, and planned strategies that no alien mind could predict. Every crew member on every ship was ready to fight, and they all understood the importance of the mission. This was not just a battle for survival, it was a statement to the entire galaxy. The first signs of the alien fleet appeared on the monitors. Massive ships moved like dark shadows, each one bristling with weapons. They were intimidating, and many civilizations would have fled at the sight. But not humans. Alex's fleet moved forward with confidence and careful precision. The observation deck was filled with engineers and crew members working on weapons, shields, and communication systems. Ryan Cooper, a young pilot, checked his ship's systems, making sure every weapon was ready. Ava Mitchell, another pilot, reviewed the maps and flight paths. Everyone was focused, knowing that the lives of millions of humans depended on their actions. As the alien fleet came closer, Alex studied their formation. He knew their strength was in numbers and in advanced technology. But he also knew humans had something aliens did not fully understand: adaptability and unity. "They think they can intimidate us," he said quietly. "But they do not know humans yet." The first exchange of fire lit up the darkness of space. Lasers and energy beams shot across the void, connecting stars with dangerous bright lines. Alex's fleet moved as one, executing maneuvers that the alien commanders had never predicted. The humans were fast, clever, and coordinated. Even when faced with overwhelming force, they did not panic. They had trained for years for this moment. On the bridge, Lieutenant Brooks kept the sensors active, providing data to the command team. "The aliens are adjusting their formation," she said. "They are trying to trap our fleet, but our positioning is strong." Alex smiled slightly. This was exactly what they had planned for. Humans had developed strategies that relied not only on firepower, but on intelligence, communication, and teamwork. Every ship had a role, and every crew member knew their duties. Meanwhile, Ambassador Lily Sanders watched from Verdant Prime, a human colony in the system. She had spent years trying to negotiate peace with alien councils, but her efforts were often ignored. Now from her observation deck, she saw the human fleet take the lead. It was powerful, determined, and organized. Humans were no longer asking for permission or waiting for others to act. They were taking action. Noah Jenkins, tactical officer aboard the Valor, projected the alien formations on the main screen. "They expect us to attack in a simple pattern," he said. "We will do the opposite. We will strike where they least expect it, and we will show them humans are unpredictable." Alex nodded. "Prepare the assault team. We will take the fight to them, but we will do it smartly. Every move counts." He looked around the bridge. Each face showed concentration, readiness, and determination. These were humans who had grown strong in the face of adversity. They knew the stakes, and they were prepared to do whatever was necessary to keep their promise. The alien flagship loomed ahead, enormous and heavily armed. Its size alone could have caused fear, but Alex saw opportunity. He ordered a squadron led by Ryan and Ava to take the lead. They would weave through the enemy defenses and target the command hub. It was a dangerous plan, but humans thrived on challenges. As the squadron left the fleet, Alex and the other officers watched the screens. The pilots moved with skill, avoiding the alien weapons and striking at weak points. Explosions lit up space, but the human pilots remained calm, precise, and effective. The alien flagship trembled under the coordinated attack. This was the first clear sign that humanity's promise was being fulfilled. On the alien side, Admiral Xylar could not understand what he was seeing. Humans were not panicking. They were not fleeing. They were adapting, countering, and attacking with skill that no alien had anticipated. "They are different," Xylar said, confused and worried. "They are fearless, yet controlled." Back on Verdant Prime, Lily Sanders watched with a mix of fear and pride. The humans were fighting not just for survival, but to prove a point. They were showing the galaxy that their promise, to protect their own, to defend their worlds, and to rise above fear, was real. The alien fleets would remember this day, and so would every human colony. As the battle continued, Alex coordinated with the fleet, issuing commands and receiving updates. The human strategy relied on constant communication and rapid adjustments. Engineers and technicians on every ship worked tirelessly, keeping weapons and shields in perfect condition. Every detail mattered, and every human knew that their actions could decide the fate of entire star systems. The aliens attempted to counterattack, forming new lines and using their most advanced technology. But the humans were always one step ahead. Ryan and Ava led small teams through the gaps, striking critical targets and then retreating before the aliens could respond. This pattern repeated across the battlefield, each success boosting human morale and shaking the confidence of the enemy. Alex took a moment to reflect. For centuries, humans had been underestimated. They were seen as primitive and weak, yet here they were defying expectations and showing extraordinary strength. Every move, every decision, every act of courage was fulfilling the promise humanity had made, to protect its own and to be recognized as a force that could not be ignored. As night fell on Verdant Prime, Lily Sanders felt a sense of hope. The humans were fighting with courage and intelligence. They were showing the galaxy that humanity was capable of remarkable achievements when united by purpose. The promise was being fulfilled, and the universe would never view humans the same way again. Alex Harper remained on the bridge, watching the battle unfold. He felt pride for his crew, respect for their skill, and determination for what lay ahead. Humanity had started a campaign that would be remembered across the stars. This was only the beginning. The galaxy would soon learn the full meaning of mankind's promise, and it would tremble in ways that no alien had imagined. The battle had moved far beyond a single star system. Commander Alex Harper watched from the bridge of the Valor as the human fleet advanced into enemy territory. Every ship moved with precision, following orders and adjusting to the unexpected. Humans were showing a level of coordination and strategy that no alien fleet had ever faced before. Lieutenant Maya Brooks monitored the sensors and pointed out incoming threats. "Commander, alien fighters approaching from 2 directions. They are trying to trap our squadron." Alex considered the options. Humans were not just strong, they were clever. Divert half our squadron to flank them. The others continue the main assault. "Stay calm and precise," he instructed. The humans moved quickly, weaving between attacks and striking at weak points in the alien formations. Ryan Cooper and Ava Mitchell led their small group of fighters into a narrow passage of space. The aliens believed they had an advantage, but the humans anticipated the trap. They dodged incoming fire and launched counterattacks with expert timing. Every maneuver was designed to confuse and weaken the enemy. The alien commanders were frustrated and bewildered. They had never seen such adaptability and skill. Back on Verdant Prime, Ambassador Lily Sanders communicated with colonies that were under threat. She reassured them that the human fleet was managing the situation. The humans were fighting not only for themselves, but for every human colony in the galaxy. The colonies watched the news feeds with growing hope and admiration. Humans were not only defending their worlds, they were proving their strength to the entire galaxy. Noah Jenkins, the tactical officer, worked with the Valor's targeting systems. He highlighted enemy ships that could be neutralized with precise strikes. "If we hit these points, their formation will collapse," he explained. Alex nodded, approving the plan. The humans had trained for this kind of situation and were ready to act decisively. The humans' strategy combined direct attacks with careful protection of weaker ships. Engineers worked tirelessly to repair any damage, keeping the fleet strong and operational. Every system, every weapon, and every pilot played a role in the overall plan. Humans were not just fighting, they were executing a well-thought-out strategy that combined strength, intelligence, and teamwork. Admiral Xylar watched the battle unfold from his flagship. He could not understand why humans were so effective. They were disciplined, fearless, and quick to adapt. "They are not ordinary warriors," he muttered. "They think, they plan, and they act with unity we cannot match." On the battlefield, small human victories accumulated into a larger pattern of success. Alien ships that had once moved confidently were now retreating or acting cautiously. Humans struck at critical targets, disrupted communications, and disabled weapon systems without unnecessary destruction. This method of precise and careful combat demonstrated both intelligence and restraint. Commander Alex Harper communicated with Ryan and Ava, who were engaging enemy reinforcements. "Maintain focus and adapt as needed. Every move counts," he said. The pilots executed his instructions perfectly, striking enemy targets and withdrawing before retaliation could be organized. The aliens began to recognize the human skill and determination. Meanwhile, on Verdant Prime, Lily Sanders continued her efforts to coordinate human colonies. She relayed instructions, offered support, and maintained morale. Humans across different star systems felt united by the same goal: protecting their own and fulfilling the promise that had been made long ago. Alex reviewed the battle progress with his officers. "We have shown them our strength and intelligence," he said. "Now we must continue to act decisively to ensure that the galaxy understands our commitment. We fight not just to survive, but to prove that humans keep their word." Throughout the galaxy, human ships moved with purpose. Each strike was calculated, each defense deliberate. Pilots navigated through dangerous space with skill, engineers repaired critical systems under pressure, and commanders directed maneuvers that disrupted enemy formations. Humans were proving that they were a force to be reckoned with. Alien forces were forced to adapt or risk destruction. Many alien commanders sent desperate messages requesting negotiations, but humans only responded to genuine intentions. The galaxy began to witness a civilization that combined courage, intelligence, and moral restraint. Humans were no longer a species to be underestimated. On the Valor, Alex felt a quiet pride. Every officer, engineer, and pilot contributed to the mission. Each action reinforced humanity's reputation for skill, adaptability, and determination. The promise to protect human colonies and assert strength across the galaxy was being fulfilled step by step. Small victories led to larger successes. Human fleets disabled alien weapons, disrupted command systems, and protected colonies from harm. Each move demonstrated intelligence, strategy, and restraint. Humans had combined skill and heart to show the galaxy that their promise was real. Admiral Xylar, observing from the alien flagship, admitted the truth. Humans are unlike any species we have encountered. They fight with intelligence, coordination, and courage. We cannot predict their next move, and we cannot match their adaptability. He realized that humans were not just strong, they were a civilization that could change the course of galactic events. On Verdant Prime, Lily Sanders continued to communicate with other colonies, sharing news of human victories and progress. Citizens watched in awe as humans demonstrated their capabilities. They were witnessing history, a species fulfilling its promise and asserting itself as a powerful and intelligent force in the galaxy. Back on the Valor, Alex Harper continued to plan and coordinate. He knew the battle was far from over, but every success strengthened human morale and reputation. The galaxy was beginning to understand the meaning of humanity's promise. Humans would defend themselves and their colonies, using skill, strategy, and courage to achieve their goals. Throughout the battlefield, human pilots executed daring maneuvers, engineers maintained critical systems under fire, and commanders directed the fleet with precision. Every victory reinforced the lesson. Humans were unpredictable, intelligent, and determined. The aliens had underestimated them for too long. As night fell over the star systems involved in the battle, the humans continued to press forward. Each strike, each maneuver, and each action contributed to the overall goal. The galaxy was beginning to see that humans were not only brave but disciplined, clever, and united. They were fulfilling a promise that had been made long ago. Alex Harper looked out at the stars, contemplating the challenges ahead. The battle would continue, and humans would face many dangers, but with their skill, determination, and unity, they would overcome every obstacle. The promise to defend human colonies, to act with intelligence, and to assert their place in the galaxy was being fulfilled, and the universe would not forget it. Humans were proving that they were a civilization to be respected, feared, and admired. Commander Alex Harper and his officers gathered on the bridge of the Valor to discuss the next phase of the mission. The battle had already stretched across several star systems, and humans had proven their skill, strategy, and courage. Now it was time to push further and make the galaxy understand that humans kept their promises and would not be ignored. Lieutenant Maya Brooks examined the latest sensor readings. "Commander, the remaining alien fleets are regrouping in the nearby sector. They are trying to form a strong defensive line." Alex nodded. "We will strike strategically. We do not need unnecessary destruction, but we must show the consequences of threatening humanity." Tactical Officer Noah Jenkins projected the alien formations on the table. "If we attack from multiple directions, we can force them to split their forces. It will make them weaker and easier to manage," he said. Alex agreed. Humans had always excelled in thinking ahead, combining courage with intelligence. Every ship, every pilot, and every crew member had a role. The success of the fleet depended on teamwork, skill, and careful planning. "Prepare the fleet for coordinated maneuvers," he ordered. "We will advance with precision." Ryan Cooper and Ava Mitchell led a squadron to target key enemy command ships. The aliens expected a direct attack, but humans were unpredictable. They moved quickly, dodging enemy fire and striking at weak points. Their skill and bravery left the alien commanders confused and frustrated. On Verdant Prime, Ambassador Lily Sanders communicated with human colonies, ensuring that citizens knew the fleet was in control. The humans' strategy was clear: protect colonies, strike intelligently, and demonstrate strength. Every victory inspired hope and confidence across human systems. They are proving their strength and unity, she thought. The galaxy will never see humans the same way again. The alien fleet tried to respond with advanced technology and coordinated attacks, but humans adapted faster than expected. Pilots executed daring maneuvers, engineers repaired systems under fire, and strategists directed the fleet with intelligence and skill. Every action contributed to the larger goal: to make the galaxy respect humanity. Commander Harper reviewed the battle with his officers. "We have shown them skill and courage," he said. "Now we must continue to act decisively to ensure they understand that humanity cannot be threatened." Meanwhile, Ryan and Ava's squadron navigated through enemy defenses to strike critical targets. The alien command hub shook under precise human attacks, showing the aliens that humans were not only brave but clever and effective. Sparks and explosions lit up the darkness of space, demonstrating the humans' ability to act quickly and decisively. The alien commanders began to realize that they had underestimated humans. Admiral Xylar paced on his flagship, frustrated by the humans' skill and adaptability. "They fight unlike any species we have encountered," he said. "They combine intelligence, courage, and teamwork in a way we cannot predict." Back on Verdant Prime, Lily Sanders observed the impact of the human fleet's actions. Humans were not only defending themselves, they were showing the galaxy that they were capable, united, and committed to their promise. Every small victory reinforced hope and admiration across the human colonies. Alex Harper continued to coordinate with the fleet. "Focus on key targets and maintain precision," he said. "We fight to protect our people, not to destroy unnecessarily. Every decision counts." Engineers and pilots worked tirelessly. Systems were repaired under pressure, weapons recalibrated, and pilots guided through dangerous situations. Humans had prepared for this, and their preparation was now paying off. Every success added to the morale of the fleet and the confidence of the colonies. Alien forces attempted to adapt by sending reinforcements and new strategies. But humans anticipated their moves. Squadrons intercepted threats before they could reach human ships. Engineers ensured that systems remained functional even under heavy attacks. Every action reinforced the humans' reputation as intelligent, disciplined, and courageous. On the bridge of the Valor, Alex Harper watched the battle unfold. He felt pride for his crew and confidence in their abilities. Humans had proven themselves across multiple star systems. They were fulfilling the promise made long ago: to protect humanity and show the galaxy the strength of their resolve. Small victories turned into larger successes. Alien fleets that had once attacked confidently were now retreating or acting cautiously. Human strikes were calculated, strategic, and effective. They disabled enemy weapons, disrupted communications, and protected civilian worlds. The humans were showing not just power, but intelligence and moral restraint. Admiral Xylar realized the truth. Humans were not ordinary fighters. They were disciplined, clever, and united. They acted with intelligence, courage, and purpose. Humans had become a force that could change the balance of power in the galaxy. Across human colonies, the story of the fleet's actions spread quickly. Citizens watched with awe as their protectors demonstrated skill, bravery, and strategy. Humans were not just defending their worlds. They were inspiring confidence and hope. They were fulfilling a promise that had been made long ago, showing the galaxy that humanity could not be ignored. Alex Harper continued planning for the next stage of the mission. He knew the battle would not end quickly, but he had confidence in his crew. Every officer, engineer, and pilot contributed to the overall goal. Their combined skill and unity made humans formidable opponents. The promise to protect human colonies and assert their place in the galaxy was being fulfilled, step by step. Human fleets moved with purpose, striking critical enemy targets while protecting weaker ships. Pilots executed daring maneuvers, engineers repaired critical systems under fire, and commanders directed the fleet with precision. Every victory reinforced the lesson: humans were intelligent, adaptable, and determined. As the day turned to night across the star systems, human forces continued to advance. Each action, each maneuver, and each decision contributed to the larger mission. The galaxy was beginning to see that humans were not just brave. They were clever, disciplined, and united. They were fulfilling the promise that had been made long ago. Alex Harper looked out at the stars from the bridge. The battle continued, and humans faced many challenges, but he was confident. With skill, courage, and unity, humans would overcome every obstacle. The promise to defend their colonies, act with intelligence, and assert their strength was being fulfilled. The universe would remember that humans were a civilization to be respected, feared, and admired. The final stage of the campaign had arrived. Commander Alex Harper stood on the bridge of the Valor, his eyes scanning the galaxy ahead. The human fleet had advanced across countless star systems, striking with precision and courage. Now they approached the last alien stronghold. Every ship, every pilot, and every crew member understood the importance of this moment. The galaxy would finally see the full power and resolve of humanity. Lieutenant Maya Brooks monitored the sensors and reported, "Commander, the alien forces are assembling their final defenses. They are concentrating their remaining fleets here." Alex nodded. "This is it. We will act decisively, but we must continue to protect innocent lives wherever possible. We show strength and intelligence, not mindless destruction." Captain Ethan Riley coordinated the fleet, assigning roles and tasks to each ship. Human forces moved with precision, maintaining formation while advancing into enemy territory. The aliens attempted to launch counterattacks, but humans anticipated their moves. Every strike was calculated, every maneuver deliberate. Squadrons led by Ryan Cooper and Ava Mitchell executed daring attacks on critical targets. They navigated through intense fire, striking enemy command hubs and weapon systems. Explosions lit up the void, but the pilots remained calm and precise, demonstrating skill and bravery that alien commanders had never seen. In the communications center on Verdant Prime, Ambassador Lily Sanders coordinated messages to human colonies. She relayed instructions and reassured citizens that the fleet was in control. The humans' mission was not only to fight, but to inspire hope and confidence in every human system. The galaxy was beginning to recognize that humans were a force that could not be ignored. On the bridge of the Valor, Tactical Officer Noah Jenkins analyzed enemy movements. "Commander, if we target their central command hub and disable communications, the remaining fleets will falter," he said. Alex approved the plan. Humans had always excelled at strategy, combining courage with intelligence. Every officer, pilot, and engineer had a role to play. The success of the mission depended on teamwork, skill, and careful execution. The strike teams moved swiftly, evading enemy fire and attacking with precision. Alien ships trembled under the human assault. Admiral Xylar, watching from the flagship, realized the full extent of human capability. "They are unlike any species we have faced," he muttered. "They fight with courage, intelligence, and unity. We cannot predict them." Back on Verdant Prime, Lily Sanders observed the human fleet's actions. Citizens of the colonies watched in awe as humans executed their maneuvers with skill and precision. Every action demonstrated intelligence, discipline, and determination. The humans were not only defending their own, they were fulfilling a promise that had been made long ago. As human squadrons struck critical targets, alien forces began to lose coordination. Some ships retreated, others hesitated, and the remaining fleets struggled to maintain order. The human strategy of precise strikes and careful protection of civilians was working. Every move reinforced the reputation of humans as skilled, adaptable, and fearless. Commander Harper continued to coordinate with his officers. "Focus on central command and maintain precision. We fight to protect, not to destroy unnecessarily. Every decision counts," he said. Engineers repaired systems under fire, and pilots executed maneuvers with skill that left the aliens disoriented. The alien flagship shuddered as human attacks disabled key systems. Sparks and fire erupted across its surface. Admiral Xylar realized that humans were not only strong, they were a civilization capable of changing the balance of power in the galaxy. He called for an emergency council, acknowledging that his forces could not match human strategy, courage, and adaptability. Across the galaxy, the story of humanity's fleet spread rapidly. Colonies celebrated victories and shared news of human skill and bravery. Humans were no longer just defenders, they were symbols of intelligence, courage, and unity. Every small victory reinforced the confidence of human systems and the respect they commanded from other civilizations. Alex Harper reviewed the final assault plan. "We have demonstrated our skill and courage," he said. "Now we must ensure that the remaining enemy forces understand the consequences of threatening humanity. Strike decisively but with precision and restraint." Ryan Cooper and Ava Mitchell led their squadron into the heart of the enemy stronghold. The alien forces fired with all their might, but the humans were prepared. Every maneuver was calculated, every strike precise. The enemy command hub was hit repeatedly, weakening the alien fleet and leaving them unable to coordinate. Back on Verdant Prime, Lily Sanders communicated updates to the colonies. "The humans are demonstrating their full strength," she said. "They are fulfilling the promise made long ago. The galaxy will never underestimate us again." As the final alien ships were disabled or forced to surrender, human fleets maintained control of the battlefield. Pilots returned from dangerous missions, engineers ensured ships were fully operational, and commanders coordinated remaining forces. The promise of humanity had been fulfilled. They had protected their colonies, demonstrated skill, and shown the galaxy the strength of their resolve. Admiral Xylar, defeated and awed, acknowledged the humans' achievement. "They are more than warriors," he said quietly. "They are a civilization united by purpose, skill, and courage. We cannot match them." On the Valor, Alex Harper addressed his officers. "We have done what we promised. We have shown the galaxy the strength, skill, and intelligence of humanity. Every human life, every colony, and every effort contributed to this victory. The galaxy will remember this day." Across human colonies, celebrations began. Citizens cheered for the fleet that had defended them and demonstrated the power of unity, intelligence, and courage. Humans had proven that they were capable of achieving extraordinary feats when united by purpose. The promise to protect their own and act with resolve had been fulfilled. As the stars lit up with the aftermath of battle, Alex Harper and his officers reflected on the journey. The human fleet had faced enormous challenges, but they had overcome each one through skill, intelligence, and determination. They had fought not just to survive, but to fulfill a promise that had been made long ago. Human fleets moved carefully to ensure all enemy threats were neutralized. Pilots executed final strikes on remaining targets, and engineers maintained the fleet in peak condition. Humans had demonstrated courage, skill, and unity in ways the galaxy had never seen. The promise of humanity had been fulfilled, and the universe would not forget. Alex Harper looked out at the stars, feeling pride and confidence in his crew. They had shown the galaxy that humans were strong, clever, and united. They had fulfilled their promise and ensured that humanity would be respected, feared, and admired across the stars. The galaxy had learned a lesson it would never forget. When humans make a promise, they keep it, and the universe trembles at their resolve.